You're listening to the Confidence Coach Podcast, episode 65. How do I meet new people? All right, guys, today I want to talk about making friends and meeting new clients. I get asked this question a lot. How do I meet people? How do I find people that are like me? How do I find passionate people or whatever it looks like for you? How do I create these new relationships in my life? And the first thing I want to say is quit overcomplicating it. Meeting new friends and meeting new clients, potential clients, is kind of like dating or kind of like ordering a pizza. And so I want to break this down for you because I think a lot of times we just get so inside our own heads that we start to spiral. Oh, I don't know how to talk to people, or they're going to think I'm stupid, or how do I find these people, or nobody I work with is like me, or all the thoughts that go through your head on why you can't make friends or make new clients or have new clients. So I kind of want to debunk this myth, right? So think back, and I guess I don't know what your dating experience is like. If it's anything like mine, I'm so sorry. But really, you have to get super specific on the type of people that you want to hang out with. So, for example, where do these people go to hang out? Where would you like to go hang out? Start asking yourself questions and get to know yourself a little bit better. The other day, I was just having this conversation, and the gal I was talking to said something like, well, I can't make new friends because all I do is work all the time, or something along those lines. And so my response was, because I always like to come back with a question, right? I always want you guys to get your wheels turning. It does me or you no good if I just sit here, point the finger and say, do as you're told, right? I need you to have your own aha moments. I need you to have your own little light bulb that goes off in your head that actually makes it click. Because for me, if you do something for me, I'm gonna be like, great, I don't have to do it. This person's going to do it for me. And then I won't really pay attention and I'll never remember how you did it. Versus if you show me or ask me questions or walk me through it or hold my hand, however you want to say it, it starts to click for me. If you make me engaged in the conversation or in the topic or whatever it is that we're talking about, I will remember it. And the chances of me implementing it are a lot greater than if you just say, hey, go do this. Okay. So I want to ask that person, or ask you if you're that person where you say, God, all I do is work all the time. All I do is take care of kids all the time. How can I make new friends if all I do is work and take care of the kids? And so I want to ask you, do you have social media? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes that you have Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat or Twitter, which I've never jumped on the Twitter bandwagon. So if you know how to do Twitter, could you send me a tutorial? I'm not good at Twitter at all. Maybe I just don't understand it. So send me your Twitter tutorials to support@SashaDavis.com, or let me know if people even tweet or Twitter or do any of that stuff anymore. But anyways, we all have social media. And the purpose of social media, believe it or not, is to be social. It's in the freaking name, social media. Okay. And I think a lot of us are not using social media to be social. Instead, we're mindlessly scrolling, we're shopping, we're not really utilizing it to its full potential, right? So I want to challenge you to look at your social media time See how much time you're spending on there and how much of that time is actually interacting with friends, family, current clients, potential clients, possible new friends, possible events, outings, networking, things like that. How much time are you just wasting looking at shit and not actually being intentional with your time? And so this is the easiest. Everybody can do this. Literally every single one of you listening to this can create or maintain better relationships with your friends, family, and clients through social media if you use it appropriately, if you use it to its full potential. And so what I want to say to you is act like you're dating, right? Act like you're ordering a pizza. What kind of toppings do you want on your pizza? I'm a cheese, I'm a pepperoni, I want mushrooms, things like that, right? So those are going to be the things that I look for. I'm going to say, oh, who else likes cheese? Oh, who else likes pepperoni? Oh, who else likes pizza in general? And then I'm going to go find those people and I'm going to shop for friends. That's basically what I do. It sounds however you want to make it sound, but I'm shopping for friends that have things in common with me. Same thing with like online dating apps. You guys, they have online friend apps too. And basically what you do is you search for your hobbies, your interests, events that you've attended, events that you want to attend, and things like that. And you may get in your own head where you're like, people are going to think it's weird if I'm commenting and liking on their things. It's only weird if you make it weird. So don't make it weird. Like genuinely comment on people's stuff. I cannot tell you how many countless relationships I've acquired or I've been presented with over the past few years just by social media alone. Like you guys, I'm not kidding you. Like on a daily basis, I talk to people in Hawaii, in California, in Canada, in Australia, in Florida, in, Arizona, Minnesota, Nebraska, Iowa, like all these places. Can I physically be in these places all at once? No, absolutely not. But that does not mean that I have to physically be there to have a great relationship, working relationship, or client relationship with these people. I have made it a point to use social media to my advantage, to make me not feel so lonely in my life, because basically what social media is about making connections and being social with others. And so the other thing that I want to say is I don't want you to get so wrapped up in your phone, though, that you forget about those people who are in your physical presence, right? So when I'm with a group of people, I try to make it a point to not be on my phone. And you guys will see that every now and then where I'm just like totally absent from my stories. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, go head over to Instagram. It's Sausha L. Davis on Instagram, and I'm very active on my stories except for when I'm with my family or I'm with my friends. And that is because I want to be intentional with my time. I can't tell you how many times I go out to eat and I see a couple, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, however you want to look at that, husband, or just like a family of 4, or hell, I've even seen families of 6s plus, and literally every single person is staring down at their phone. You know what they're doing? They're all mindless scrolling. They're all just mindlessly scrolling. They have the opportunity to be social and not feel so lonely in their lives, but we forgot how to connect with people on a regular basis, on a soul to soul level. Like we're so superficial that we've made it almost impossible to create relationships that aren't, quote, awkward, right? We've made it awkward because we've conditioned ourselves to have awkward interactions with other people. And so I want to challenge you. It's like a freaking muscle. I say this all the time. It is a mental push-up for you to get out of the box that you're putting yourself in and create relationships. It's not just like one day I woke up and I was like, God, I'm going to be a great relationship maker. I'm just going to go out there and talk to all the people and I'm going to really hit it off and I'm going to have 10 new friends this year. No, I went through the awkward 12-year-old stage, just like everybody else, where you kind of like kick the dirt around and you're like, hey, like, how old are you? What's your favorite color? And there's times I can still be awkward, but I just roll with it, right? Sometimes people are equally as awkward and they're like, oh my God, you're just as awkward as me. And I'm like, sweet. Let's be awkward together. How uncomfortable can we make each other by saying weird random things that don't necessarily make sense? And those are my people, right? And now it's very hard to like offend me or make me feel uncomfortable because I'm just like, hey, like I'm this awkward cat. Like that's just how I roll. Like I just kind of say whatever's on my mind and that's how it is. Was it always like that? No. Did I always second guess what I said? And if these people think I'm nuts? Yes. Like every time I had a conversation, I would sit in the back of my head I would think, these people think I'm insane. These people think I'm batshit crazy. Some of them probably think that. Others are like, you are my people, right? But you never can find your people if you don't put yourself out there. And so I want to challenge you to go shopping for friends. You guys are good at online shopping. I guarantee each and every one of you listening to this has searched for something on Amazon, clicked put in my cart, and bought it. So why can't you do the same thing with friends? Get specific. If you like a certain yoga studio in town, see who else goes to that yoga studio and then follow those people and create those conversations, right? Oh, don't worry. I'm going to talk about in-person stuff here in a second. Don't you worry. Because if you can't get out of your comfort zone on social media, you're going to be really awkward in person. But that's okay. Again, we all have been there, and practice makes progress. Mental push-ups, have your freakouts. Hell, even tell people straight up front, like, I'm trying to make friends. I'm super awkward. Do you want to be my friend? They'll either say yes or they'll say no, right? Or some people will just look at you like you're nuts and they'll walk away. Who cares? There's more fish in the sea. There's like 7 billion people in this world. If you have an awkward encounter with one, I think you will live. I've had so many awkward encounters with people that I've lost track, honestly, right? And some people just find it downright funny. They're like, yeah, like I literally have a friend that I met in college, and you guys want to know how I met her? I chased her down the hall after a speech class, or maybe it was one of our social classes. Hell, I don't even remember. I'm going to say speech because I about died in speech class. That'll be another podcast. But anyways, for some reason, I was really like jiving with her. Like she was kind of a smart ass. She would say things in class and I'm like, ooh, I like her. She's my people. But in my head, I'm like, that's not how you make new friends. You make new friends at the bar, or you make new friends through other friends, or you make friends at work. And so I had convinced myself for it was probably only a week or two that this girl would not want to be my friend. And then one day I worked up the courage enough to like chase her down the hallway, you guys. Like I was not subtle about it at all. And if she would have said no, I probably would have died. Anyways, neither here nor there. I chased this girl down the hall yelling, hey you, hey you. And I think I had a brain fart on her name because I was like so nervous at the time because I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I want to make friends. I feel like we should be friends. And so she stops and she turns around and she looked at me like I was just straight up nuts and gave me like this dumbass look like, what do you want? Or something like that. Like her face was just priceless. I said something like, let's be friends. Like, what are you doing tonight? And I totally like asked her out on a date, for a friend date. I was like, do you want to be my friend? And that's not the first time I've done that. And I tell you what, I'm still friends with that person to this day. And it's a funny story that she tells people. She's like, yeah, this bitch, she tracked me down, like chased me down a hallway wanting to be my friend. And I'm not saying that like you guys need to go chasing people down hallways to get friendships. Actually, I don't recommend that at all, but that was just where I was at in my life. You know, I was like 20 years old, 19 or 20. And I don't know, I was in college and I'm just like, hey, I'm going to make new friends. And I'm that really bold, upfront, kind of awkward person, so why not just go with it? And I'm still that way today. I'm very bold and very upfront, but I'm also very awkward, so why not just throw the two together? Okay, so I want to challenge you to shop online for your friends. Follow those people, interact with those people. Like, you don't have to be constantly thinking about, like, is this person going to be my friend? Is this person going to be my friend? Is this person going to be my friend? Is this person going to be my next client? Will this person be my client? I'm only doing this to make new clients. Like, you're going at it with the wrong intention. I want you just to be like open-minded and to be like, I'm encouraging people because I'm shopping for friends. I'm meeting new people, and just go at it with like a can-do attitude. I mean, yes, some people will not interact back with you, and that's okay. Water under the bridge, no big deal. But then there's those people that you will meet that will be like, ooh, I'm vibing like this girl too. And then they'll start to interact with you back and forth. Again, like, I was just talking to a gal the other day in Sioux Falls, and I'm like, hey, we should meet up for coffee. I said, I know this is totally random, and I don't even remember how we started following each other on Instagram, but we did. And she was liking and commenting on my stuff, and I was liking and commenting on her stuff. And I'm like, hey, like, we should meet up sometime, right? And she was like, I'd love that. So now we're making it a point to meet up for coffee. And I've done that several times. Is it awkward at first? Again, yes, but it's only as awkward as you make it awkward. So, I mean, if you're an awkward person, just straight out say, this is random, this is awkward, but I'm really vibing with this. I encourage you on this. Or just like say nice things. Like, if you see somebody and they have a great shirt on, be like, oh my God, I freaking love that shirt. Where did you get it? Or if somebody's hair looks really great one day, holy shit, dude, your hair looks awesome. What products do you use? Who did it? Who taught you how to do hair? Or if you see somebody who's like posting something really deep, really vulnerable, really knowledgeable, be like, holy shit, dude, you are so smart. I want to be your friend. Or teach me all the things, or just say words of encouragement to people, and a lot of times when you're sincere about it, people feel that. Like, there's an energy behind everything that you do. So if you're like weird and sleazy about making friends and meeting new clients, then yeah, that energy is going to attach to that intention, and it's not going to feel good for anybody. But when you go in it with the open mind of, hey, I'm out here to meet new people. I want to get my name out there. I want to socialize. I want to network. I want to meet friends. I want to meet clients, and just really start to put yourself in a connection sort of situation, that loneliness starts to drop off, that sense of like, I'm the only one doing this, or I'm the only one at home with kids. I'm the only one that works a full-time job. Like, you're not. Quit telling yourself those bullshit stories. Go out there and make it happen. Is it uncomfortable? Again, yes, I cannot say this enough, but you guys are never going to get over the discomfort. You just have to find a way to get over it. And that's where that courage comes in. And you guys hear me talk about courage a lot. And I'm going to drop a little, what do you call it? I don't even know. Doesn't matter. Speaking of courage, you guys need to come to the Courage Conference. That's coming up April 20th. I am hosting the first ever Courage Conference. This is my first large conference. I've done several in-person events. I've done several workshops, speaking events, things like that. But this is the first one where I'm going to have multiple speakers there. And I cannot tell you how freaking excited I am and how much joy this brings me and how many of you have already signed up. So, Sioux City, Iowa, the Stony Creek Hotel and Conference Center. I've booked like this giant room where I'm going to have a ton of people. There's going to be a handful of speakers. There's going to be swag bag. There's going to be snacks. There's going to be networking and masterminding and dancing and just tons of fun, right? I'm going to have you guys get outside your bubble a little bit. I'm going to have you meet people. So this is going to be a great opportunity for you to meet people that are like-minded, ambitious, go-getters who want more out of life. Like, this is going to be the local event for this. Again, it's called the Courage Conference. Head over to sashadavis.com/events and grab your ticket. The BOGOs are gone. I did a BOGO promo in February, but for March, what I'm doing is anybody who purchases a general admission ticket, use the coupon code SAVE25, so SAVE25 for 25% off your ticket. I think it ends up being like $36 or $37. And seriously, guys, you can barely go out to a dinner date for that. And so I just want to encourage you to get outside your shell, get outside your comfort zone, come to this event, meet some people, bring your phone. We're going to follow each other on social media, bring your business cards. We're going to swap business cards. We're just going to do all of the things that you want to do to kind of expand your network, expand your community, expand your connections, meet some badass people, to be honest, and just really rock this 2019. So that's my little drop there is you guys need to head over to sashadavis.com/events and purchase your ticket to the Courage Conference. Don't forget to use that coupon code SAVE25. Okay. And so now that we've talked about social media a little bit, and I've kind of transitioned us into meeting in person a little bit. Obviously go to my event. You're going to meet tons and tons of people there. But you can also go to other events in town. Like, I am not the only person that hosts workshops or conferences or live events. Like, they're all over every city, no matter where you're at. Excuse me. I'm pregnant right now. I'm like 18 weeks pregnant and the heartburn has just started setting in. And so I've taken up burping as a hobby. I know that probably sounds really gross, but I'm just being totally honest. So if you hear some in there, I apologized. At least you can't smell it. So moving on. I am not the only person that does conferences, workshops, anything like that. Like, I've met so many people at like yoga studios, painting parties. You know how every now and then people will host like network marketing parties? Like, I know I've been to like Scentsy parties, unique parties. Advocare, I think, is one. Lulu is one. Or like even vendor fairs, you guys. Like, vendor fairs are another great place to meet people, especially if you're a business owner or an entrepreneur. Like, you need to hit up the vendor fair, start talking to people, walking around, and just creating that conversation, right? If you're somebody who really enjoys yoga and you do yoga at home, try going to your yoga class once a week and meeting the people in the class and being like, hi, my name is Sausha. This is my first time I've ever been to a class. How long have you been going to yoga? What's your favorite part about yoga? Whatever the common ground is. I did CrossFit for a while and I've met a few friends through CrossFit, people that I still talk to, maybe not on a daily basis, but every once in a while. And I went through like roller derby. Like, I was in roller derby for like 4 years. And some of those people are still my very, very best friends, really close friends of mine. And some have even been clients, you know what I mean? And so it's just getting out there and socializing and putting yourself in those situations that other people are in. So think of things that bring you joy, whether that's books or roller skating or yoga or hair workshops. Like, I've even seen people who are salon owners or work at a hair salon. They're a beautician or a stylist. I'm not sure what you guys call yourselves nowadays. But they've done like braiding workshops, right? I would love to go to a braiding workshop. I have wanted a French braid for years, but I shouldn't say nobody. But I wish somebody would like host a workshop where I can like practice on a bunch of people, because my husband's hair is not long enough and it's really hard to practice on my own hair. And I have a daughter, but she's not even 2. And so she can barely sit still long enough to let me change her diaper, let alone let me braid her hair. So I'm just saying there's tons and tons of opportunities out there for you to make friends, to meet potential new clients, and really just get your name out there and be a little social butterfly. You don't have to be an extrovert to do this. I know many introverts who go to places with the intention of like, hey, like, I'm an introvert. I'm just going to kind of like observe the room, see who it is that I connect with, and just go talk to those 1 or 2 people. You don't have to be this big extrovert and talk to every single person in the room, right? Introverts don't really work like that. They get very drained very quickly by large groups of people or large interactions. At least the introverts that I've worked with and spoke with. And I'm kind of like a weirdo. I'm like extrovert in a crowd, but then as soon as like I leave, I'm like, woof, I need to like decompress. I can't see people for like a whole day. So I'm like introvert, extrovert. But anyways, It doesn't matter how it looks. Anybody can do this. You just have to be willing to try and fail and be awkward and be uncomfortable. But I promise you, the more that you do it, the easier it will get. Oh, and there's one more thing that I wanted to tell you guys about. Toastmasters, right? So this has been a new concept to me. I don't know why I've never heard of it before, but I found out about it, I want to say probably 4 months ago, right? So now it is a goal of mine to go around to all these different Toastmasters, which is basically just business people, entrepreneurs, or anybody who wants to work on like their speaking abilities, get together in a group and kind of talk to one another, pitch one another, present to one another so that you can practice being in front of groups of people and being, able to talk about what it is that you have to offer and really just like interacting with one another, right? And so that's in a professional setting. So that's something on my to-do list just because practice makes progress, man. Like you can never practice enough. So I'm going to be hitting up some of the Toastmasters in the area, and by all means, like you could even start your own Toastmasters if you feel like the ones in the area aren't really jiving with what you're about, like if you can't find something that works for you, create it. There's no rule that says that you can't create it. Okay. So again, get out of this box that you put yourself in, get out of this small-minded thinking that you put yourself in and ask yourself, is this true? Has nobody ever done this before? And I'm going to tell you, 99.9% of the time, the answer is going to be no. You are not the only one that's going through this, right? This is not ultimately true. And so that's when you need to figure out your next action step. And that's when you need to have the courage to actually go and take the action. And I promise you, the more you do it, the easier it gets. And then the confidence is the result on the other end. And you will be so confident in having these conversations and making friends and networking and socializing that it's just, people are going to be like, wow, how did you get so good at this? And then you'll tell them, I was listening to this podcast by Sausha Davis called the Confidence Coach Podcast, and she told me to do all these things. I'm just kidding. You don't have to tell them that. Just tell them that you practiced and that everybody starts somewhere. Okay? So that is how you get out and make new friends, meet new clients. That's how you dissolve this idea of loneliness, is you become so confident in yourself and your ability to make new friends and have these interactions and prove to yourself that you're wrong, that you're not lonely. You're just choosing to be lonely, and that there's opportunity everywhere. Opportunity everywhere. Abundance is available to everybody. And that's the beauty of abundance, right? There's more than enough to go around. Okay. Don't ever get in that lack mindset. I shouldn't say ever, because we all get in that lack mindset every now and then. Even I have to slap myself out of it, but every time that I do that, I have to be like, shut up, Sausha, listen to an abundance meditation, get your mind right, go make shit happen. And so I want to say the same thing to you. Listen to abundance meditations, get your mind right, go take action, make shit happen. Make shit happen. All right, one last time. If you haven't done it already, I need you to go over to sashadavis.com/events. Grab your ticket to the Courage Conference coming up April 20th. You guys, this will sell out. And I cannot believe how many tickets have already sold and how excited I am, and the amazing people are going to be speaking there and the amazing people are going to be attending there. Like, this is just, it's like the stars are aligning, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited, and I want you to be so excited. So use that coupon code SAVE25, get 25% off your general admission ticket. And I cannot wait to see you guys and meet you in person April 20th in Sioux City at the Stony Creek Hotel Conference Center. All right, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Go out there, make shit happen. Peace out.